Mic check, mic check. All right. As promised, I'm gonna make a tutorial on the add-on that I'm gonna be making finally possible to buy in bulk from merchants. And we are also gonna add the one from Dino for selling in bulks, so you can sell stuff also to the merchant in bulks. Um, he allowed me to share this one. If you don't have this uh, selling in bulks, just follow the steps I'm going to show you, and I'm going to also provide the prefabs, and I'm also going to provide the scripts. If you do have that, just ignore that step, and we're going to just follow when I started at the one for buying, right? Okay. So first things first, when you import all of these custom scripts and you import these prefabs, you're gonna get errors. Just ignore that for that time. Those errors are gonna disappear. Okay, so don't worry about that. Let me see console in there. So when you drag them in, you're gonna get errors. That's just because we don't have the other scripts that we are gonna be doing right now, and that's gonna be open up the UI events, merchant panel, merchant item slot holder, economy utilities, and then open the script Dino Rage purchase confirmation. That's the script. I went with the same naming, just added the purchase thing, but it's a different script, right? It's not the same like Dino Rage pop-up confirmation for selling, right? So one is for buying and one is for selling. Uh, okay, let's start. You can also just wait until I open up the scripts. You don't have to immediately find them, but the first one that we're gonna start is the one from the merchant. So go to your UI scene, open up your sorry about that, I had to cough. Open up your RPG Essential, and the best way to do it is to open up the whole prefab, right? Because in the whole prefab we can move things easy around. So what I want you to do is ignore this for now, okay? Those prefabs that you have dragged in from the add-ons, and just focus on the merchant first. Open up the merchant panel script, this guy, okay? And then on top, you need to add this. I'm gonna pause for a second because I'm not gonna be posting anything. That's why I'm making the video. It's just easier. It's gonna take you a little bit typing, but it's gonna be easier to show than when I post and you have to figure out where to put it, okay? So when you open up that script, just add this on top. You can see it's new added, okay? I'm gonna pause for a little bit. You can pause the video and just type it in, okay? Moving on. Second part, go all the way, initialize merchant panel underneath. Type this in. Okay? Public void show purchase pop-up. I'm gonna pause. You can press play to pause and just type this in, okay? That's first script. Now we move to the second one. Again, select your merchant and select a merchant item slot prefab. And I want you to add this second custom script, merchant slot by multiply. That's the one that is being added here. Drag that one onto that prefab, merchant item slot. You can see it being dragged here. Okay. Next step, I want you to select the merchant item slot holder, open up the script, and then go all the way down to after the format cost. After that, return converted text. Add this. I'm gonna pause a little bit here. You can press play to pause the video and then just type it in. Okay. So from here to here. That is in merchant item slot holders script. Okay. So just pause the video and type it all in. And please, I should believe, type it all correct. Maybe I should scale up a little bit like this. I think that's better. It has to be exactly like this. Okay. All right. That's for the merchant item slot holder. Now we move on to the next one. Again, select your merchant panel. As soon as you see that, this is gonna pop up here on your merchant panel, right? It's gonna be empty, but now we're gonna focus on these guys. Those are the two prefabs that I have added here that you have dragged in, and like I said, it's gonna give you an error. Ignore it for now. We're not trying to press play, and we first need to fix those errors. Okay. So if you don't have the first script from Dynode that is selling the items in bulks, just drag those two prefabs in here, and I want you, that's why we need to open up the prefab, right, the essential, because then we can drag it and we can move it around. If it's a prefab, you cannot do that. So just drag them in here, and it's gonna be a mess a little bit. But if you already have this one, ignore these steps. But if you don't, just follow with me, okay? It's gonna be a mess a little bit in the beginning, okay? Just set this to 1 to show the confirmation pop-up. I don't think it's gonna be like this for you because I did not add any images. So you have to basically just drag those images for yourself. BG, that's the background. You can see if I disable it here. So you have the background. Just drag something for yourself in here, what you think fits for your purpose, right? Ignore the text for now. Then we have the yes and the no. You're gonna see here, I don't think you're gonna be able to drag it in yet, right? So just try, and I think the button, you can like add the image button here for yourself. That's just the OK button, right? You can see if I disable it. I hope you know how the UI works, right? So I don't have to explain this because this is actually pretty easy. For the moment, this here, just ignore it. Right? I don't think you're gonna have a script dragged in here. It's gonna be empty for you because you're dragging actually mine prefabs which are not set up for you yet because these scripts are actually not compiled yet, okay, because of those errors. So this is just to go through this, and then this is exactly the same, but it's just like for buying, and this is for selling. So you can see here, yep, this is for selling, this is for buying. Basically, yeah, this is not going to be dragged in for you, of course. You have to drag it all in yourself, right? You can see here how many. This needs to be ticked on. We go to this one, you can see here, confirmation, text, yes button, no button, and the slider. So basically this is just yes, no slider, and this is what's gonna like give us the ability to sell more or buy more, okay? So if once you have dragged this here in and you have fixed all of your UI, then we are moving to select this and open up the script. Wait a second. I think this one is gonna be fine. You don't have to open up this one. It's the buying one. This one. Okay? We're gonna open up this script and just wait for a second. I think that's all. Go to economy utilities, and this is where we have to add some line of code. I just need to see. Just a second. I'm not forgetting anything. No, this is all good. All right. I think for economy utilities, it's just gonna be this. It's a bunch of code you have to type in, but this is really important. This is what's gonna give us like the currency and how much and right? If you still not have fixed your currency stuff that we already have in the community, in the coding chat, go and do that first. You can find it pretty easy. Just scroll a little bit back and we already have the fix. Or I think you can just go to add-ons and find the fix for currency somewhere here. I think that's going to bring you immediately to fixing the currency first, because you have to do that. If you don't do that, it's going to be messed up. It's not going to work correct. It's going to work still, but your currency is not going to be subtracted correct, right? Okay, so I'm going to pause here and you can just type this in, but like you have to add it in here after try buy items from merchant, right? After this line of code and then this little bracket here, that's where you add that new stuff. Just be in between the update link currency. If you have any custom stuff, just leave it as it is. This is all new function, okay? Try buy multiple items. So that's basically what we're doing here. Okay, pause the video and just type it all in. Sorry that you have to do it this way to type it all in, but it's just like, it's gonna be easier because if I try to post just these snippets for you and the scripts and where it belongs, I think it's gonna take a little bit longer to, because you can make easily mistakes, and this way you just know exactly what I'm showing you, okay? Important to type it exactly. Maybe I can copy this and post it in. I don't know how it works. After that, if you have problems, just let me know and then I'm just gonna copy and paste it in. But for now, we're gonna do it like this, okay? Let's see, what else? I think the UI events is the next one. So go to your UI events script, and this is also really important. And this is the final one that's gonna close the errors that you have in DynoRage purchase confirmation script. So basically the script is gonna make it possible we buy in bulks, okay? Just after the UI events, okay, add all of this. I'm gonna pause here a little bit. You can press play to pause and just type it all in. And also comment it in for yourself. It's just easier to know later if you need to find what's new, then you know what's new, right? Okay, after that we go to underneath overlays. New added, wait a second, ignore this. Okay, so basically from here all the way to here, that's pretty much under overlays and then in between the panels. So if I close this down, you can see it's actually still in between that, right? The overlays and the panels. So basically just paste it there in, or I mean like type it all out. Okay. And then I think that's all. That should resolve those errors that you have in your console. And now we can move on to these two prefabs that you have dragged in and fix pretty much everything exactly like it is. Okay. This is really important. Okay. When we go to the button here, okay, now you can drag in, you can see, drag in this prefab in here, and then go to DynoRage pop-up and click confirm. So basically what that is just saying yes. And then same here, drag this here and then cancel. Basically what's saying no. And then we have the slider. And the slider is just drag this in here and it's basically just updating the slider. So you go DynoRage pop-up confirmation slider update, okay?